SignPosts 1 is a first stage project. Their role is to offer temporary accommodation whilst supporting the client to identify some of the issues that have led to their homelessness and to formulate a plan towards resettlement and independent living. The project is staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Key workers support clients to formulate and action their support plan. This will be their pathway to independent living. Client involvement is important to SignPosts, and they involve their clients in a variety of ways. Weekly house meetings are held, which offer the clients the opportunity to voice their opinions. SignPosts 1 offers external workshops, sometimes with partner agencies, and have recently covered subjects such as healthy eating, budgeting, IT, English, and even Thai boxing training sessions. The social aspect of project life is important, and throughout the year clients and staff enjoy organising social activities such as karaoke, barbecues, quiz nights, and events to celebrate special occasions such as the recent royal wedding. So Karen, what's your role within SignPosts?
Well, my role now, I'm a senior manager and I'm over 2 projects in Luton. They're both first stage projects. So people who are being referred, who are completely homeless, would come to my projects before they moved on to other people's. We have 2 different ones, Pathways in the town centre, and that is for people aged between 16 and 25. And we have 5 rooms there. And we also have a 16-bed project in the town, which is 16 to 65-year-olds, and we have 16 rooms there.
So how do people come to you?
People can come in various different ways. They can be referred from agencies, so that could be people like social services, the local authority. It could be as simple as someone knocking on our door who literally has nowhere to go.
You've been with SignPosts 8 years.
Yes.
Is there a success story that stands out to you?
There's many, many success stories, and for me, for somebody just to be having somewhere to sleep at night, waking up in the morning and having some food, and having someone to talk to and be warm and safe is a success story. So as far as that would go, I would say we always have success, but we do have some amazing stories that go far beyond that.
And what would you like to see for the future of SignPosts?
My future for SignPost would be to have an enterprise and for people to come to us and be able to get involved in things like jobs, where we could do some training on site, and then maybe work with local companies who could embrace that as well with us and work with us to give these people another chance and an opportunity. So it would be more around a working enterprise.
So Anthony, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm originally from London. I moved to Luton probably about 18 months ago. I was staying with my friend at that point. His place is very small, so I ended up going to a homeless shelter.
And how did you find out about SignPosts?
Well, my brother, I ended up getting my own flat somewhere, and my brother came to live with me, but he's got mental health issues. And I think the council put him onto SignPost. So he was there for a while, and then recommended that I sort of try and go through the system as well, because the place where I was living wasn't really fit for a dog.
So how did you find the experience of SignPosts?
Well, I thought it was very good there, to be fair. I mean, they're very friendly. They seemed like they were interested in your well-being, which obviously gives you the confidence to sort of get on with your day-to-day living.
What do they help you with?
Just getting you out there, basically, helping you to sort of move on, asking you what you need to do, trying to get you to go out and sort of organise your day-to-day activities kind of thing.
So motivation and
exactly.
that sort of thing.
So there's also some sort of plan that you've got to go through as well, which also helps you to move forward. There's a 33-point plan that you have to do, and that sort of, that's like a goal. You do certain steps, and that also helps you sort of push forward.
And you're an ex-client now, so you have moved on.
I am an ex-client, yeah. I have
so what are your plans for the future now?
Well, hopefully I'm still sort of in a system. Hopefully within the next 6 months to a year, I should have my own place, either from the council or from the housing association people I'm with at the moment. So hopefully, you know, that should happen. I've just signed off today, so you know, I started a job, so everything seems to be, you know, rolling in that forward direction. And I have to thank SignPosts for that, really, because if it wasn't for them, to be fair, I probably would still be just bumming around doing whatever.
So what would you say to anybody that could be in the position you were in? What would you advise them?
If I see anybody in the street and they're in that sort of environment where they need to sort of get themselves together, I think SignPosts is a very good place for it, and I would, you know, I'd shout from the rooftops about SignPosts, because it did give me my confidence back. It has made me back to being the sort of person I was before. As I said, if it wasn't for them, really, I mean, I don't know, I'm terribly lazy, but you know, they motivate you to sort of push you on. And I'm really pleased that I've managed to get myself back to a sort of normal, you know, I'm back to reality kind of thing. I've got a little job, you know, everything seems to be going very well, so I have to thank them for the support.
Tell me a little bit about your involvement with Team SP.
I saw an article in the paper about a church that had overgrown, and I just thought that it would be a good thing for Team SP to sort of get involved with. So I went to the church myself and spoke to someone there about it. I then told Phil, and we sort of got together and we organised starting up, you know, cutting the grass down basically in the church through us and HSS. So that got into, I thought it was a good thing for us to get into the papers with, I think. It was a good advertisement for Team SP. So that's how I've been involved. But I've also done other things with them as well. We've done some washing up at a local church. But that also helps you to, you know, it spurs you on to you know, get yourself together a bit. Gives you a bit of confidence to go out and try and find work and talk to different people that you probably wouldn't speak to in the first place. So it is all very good.
So Phil, what role do you have at SignPosts?
I'm the Deputy Manager with responsibility for community relations. So part of my role is the day-to-day running of the hostel, and part of it is looking at ways of giving homeless people the opportunity to get involved in their community.
So that's something to do with Team SP. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
A lot of clients at SignPosts will have criminal records, and a lot of voluntary opportunities will want a criminal's records check, which means it's quite difficult for homeless people sometimes to find something to do voluntarily. So
what sort of things have you helped with in the community with Team SP?
We do a regular washing up job at one of the churches who do an outreach to 140 under fives. So we go up there every couple of months and basically clear up after the event and pack away all the stuff. We have done painting and decorating, we have done gardening, we've done office clearance. So we turn our hand to most things, dependent on the skills that we've got in the hostel and what equipment and things we might need for the jobs. So in our last job at Holy Trinity Church, which was quite a large job and we needed a lot of equipment, HSS Hire gave us the use of the equipment.
Fantastic. So you're even involving local companies as well?
Yeah. The idea is to sort of knit together the people that are homeless living in our services with their local community, and ideally in the future local businesses would see and want to sort of become involved in that and sponsor that.
And so in the time you've been with SignPosts, is there a success story that stands out for you?
Anthony came into SignPosts. His brother had been with us prior and sort of recommended SignPosts. So Anthony had come in from sort of quite difficult accommodation issues, and had issues around alcohol and various things, but low self-esteem and just basically not doing much with his life. He got involved in Team SP and really sort of He worked really hard on quite a few jobs, and then when I came back off holiday, he had seen a story in the paper about a lady who was complaining about the state of a graveyard and how it was disgraceful, and he was like, well, we should do this job, you know, Team SP could do this is just what we should do. And so, yeah, he drags me up to see this job, and it was huge. It was, most jobs we do are a few hours or a day or two. This job, I'm looking at it thinking, that's going to take weeks. And but he was so inspired. So we met with the vicar the next day, and the two of us are saying, yeah, we'll start next Tuesday, thinking we've got no equipment, we've got no people. But by the end of the week, we'd managed to get the equipment, and then the following week we had 10 people. And it was just inspiring to see his journey from coming in as somebody with real low self-esteem and, you know, to someone that's sort of really involved in the community, and he moved on to stage 2, he's moved into his own flat. And one of the things he writes in his thank you card is, you know, SignPosts sort of gave me my confidence to get back to living my life again. So it was brilliant.
And what would you like to see for the future of SignPosts?
Well, future SignPosts, I mean, ideally, I'd like an end to homelessness, so I'd like that there wouldn't be a need for a signpost, but I hazard to think that will get worse rather than better. Times are becoming harder, the economic, you know, state of the country, we're seeing more people now coming into homelessness from losing houses, losing businesses, sleeping in their cars. So whereas you'd sort of have that opinion of drug and alcohol and addiction-based homelessness issues, there's a lot of different people that are now being homeless, and so our services, I think, will be more need for them rather than less.
So Alex and Emily, what led you to need SignPosts? What led you to live in a hostel?
Well, our mum died when we were about 6. Since then we've been living with our nan and granddad, but we never ever got on with them. So, well, when I was about 15, I got kicked out. Alex got kicked out.
Yeah. Emily, you've been in SignPosts for 6 months, and Alex, you've been in 4 months. So you were visiting your sister, weren't you? And you noticed that it was very nice.
Yeah.
How are you finding it now?
It's a struggle, but it's a lot relaxing to be in there, and it's easier to get on and learn your own stuff, you know, so it's really good.
How have they helped you?
Helped me with day-to-day stuff, helped me get my life back on track, really. So yeah.
And Emily, you're in stage 2, aren't you? How are you finding that now?
It's really nice. It's nice to have sort of responsibility, whereas in Signpost 1, you know, you get a lot of support, but Signpost 2, you know, I've had all the support that I needed in Signpost 1. Now I'm in stage 2, it's, you know, I'm there, I'm ready for sort of living on my own and things like that.
So Emily, what would you say is your goals for the future?
I want to be a tattooist, actually. I've been studying art, I've studied art in college and things like that, and I'm looking for an apprenticeship at the moment, all the various tattoo shops around.
And what about you, Alex?
I want to be vet or vet nurse, did a year in Shelworth College, so yeah, I'm just looking for like apprenticeships or volunteer work or anything at the minute.
So how did you become a client of SignPosts?
Okay, this year I've been evicted from my flat because of rent arrears, and also I had quite a big inheritance that I drank away, and I've had my head in the sand. So eventually it was either the street or go to a hostel, and so that was my option.
And how did you find out about SignPosts?
Through Luton Foyer. They referred me to SignPosts, and SignPosts were very good. Very good to me, because the first 2 times I turned up, I was actually I was very drunk, so they kind of gave me a third chance, and I've been sober since. I've been quite good.
Are you at stage 1?
I'm still there at stage 1, and I'm enjoying every moment of it, funnily enough. And there's lots of things to do to keep busy, like if you're an alcoholic you need to be cleaning or stuff like that. So.
And have they helped you set some goals for yourself?
Yes, we have a key work session, and